Hey everyone, and welcome. So let me ask you something. What if I told you there's a method, a way, for someone to memorize the entire Quran, we're talking all 10 qira'ats, and get certified in just 1 year? And get this, all while juggling a ton of other responsibilities. I know, it sounds pretty much impossible, right? But believe it or not, it all boils down to having the right technique.
Just take a second and think about this. Have you ever had that experience? You sit down, you're totally fired up, ready to memorize, and then you just feel like you're going nowhere. You're spinning your wheels, stuck on the same page, maybe for weeks. It's a frustrating feeling, and I bet a lot of us know exactly what that's like.
Yeah, and that feeling, it just leads to so much frustration, doesn't it? You try all the usual methods, the stuff you hear about all the time. You put in the hours, but the results, they just don't add up. It's so easy to start thinking, man, I'm just failing at this. But here's a thought. What if the problem isn't you at all? What if it's the methods you're using?
And that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. We're going to look at some super common myths about memorization. These are ideas that are so widespread, we just kind of assume they have to be true. But the truth is, they're often the very things that are holding you back.
Okay, so here's the classic one. You know what I'm talking about. Just repeat the verse over and over and over again, right? 20 times, 50 times, whatever. Well, the person behind this method, they tried that. And the result? Headaches. Total exhaustion. Sometimes even just falling asleep right on the book. And the worst part, the part that's just crushing, after all that grinding, you come back later to recite it and poof, it's gone. You've completely forgotten it. It's like all that hard work just disappeared.
All right, then you've got the brute force myth. This is the idea that the only way to succeed is to lock yourself in a room for like 2 or 3 hours every single day. But here's what's so wild. The person who created this method, once they learned the right techniques, can now memorize a whole page in 10 minutes, sometimes less. It just goes to show you, it's not about how much time you throw at it. It's all about the quality of your technique.
And this one might be the most damaging myth of them all. It's the idea that you're either born a memory person or you're not. That some people just have this natural gift, and the rest of us, well, we're just out of luck. And that single belief can stop you dead in your tracks before you even start. But today, we're going to blow that idea right out of the water, because it's just not true.
So this right here, this quote, this is the turning point. This is where everything changed. The big breakthrough wasn't about trying harder. It was about finally figuring out how to try smarter. It was realizing that your brain isn't some weird, mysterious black box. It's more like an instrument, and you can learn how to play it really, really well. The problem was never about a lack of ability. It was just a lack of the right instruction manual. And that instruction manual, that's what we call memory training. And listen, it's not magic, okay? It's a science. It's a whole set of proven techniques that can turn memorization from this awful chore into a skill that you can actually master. We're talking about learning to use tools like visualization, memory palaces, even storytelling to turn abstract words on a page into something solid and unforgettable. It's all about working with how your brain naturally learns instead of fighting against it.
So what's this training all built on? Well, it really comes down to 3 foundational pillars. Think of these as the core principles that support a super powerful and efficient memory. Let's break them down.
Okay, first up we have commitment. This is the big one. It's totally non-negotiable. It's the engine that drives the whole thing. If you are 100% committed to the process, success is pretty much guaranteed to follow. Simple as that. Second, there's patience. Look, building any new skill, especially a mental one like this, it takes time. You've got to be patient. You have to trust the process while your brain literally builds new connections. And third, flexibility. And this one is huge. It means you have to be willing to change how you think. You've got to consciously throw out those old, busted myths to make room for the new methods that actually get results. Seriously, being flexible like this can change your life.
And it's so important to see how this all connects, because these pillars, they're not just for memorizing the Quran, not at all. These are universal principles for learning pretty much anything. When you adopt them, you're not just becoming a better memorizer. You're basically unlocking your mind's true potential across the board in every part of your life.
I mean, just think about it for a second. A powerful, trained memory is basically a superpower. Yeah, of course, it makes memorizing the Quran faster and way more meaningful, but it also makes it so much easier to learn a new language or to master a really complex subject for school or work. Ultimately, you're building the foundation to become a real lifelong learner. Your memory is at the core of everything you do and everything you can achieve. So, for anybody watching this who's feeling inspired and wants to dive deeper, it's probably worth mentioning that the source for all this information actually offers a clear path forward. They have specialized memory training courses that are designed to teach you these exact techniques and help you understand on a scientific level what your own mind is truly capable of. So, I want to leave you with this one question to really chew on. Forget all those myths, forget all the past frustrations. If you knew for a fact that you could train your brain and build a rock-solid, reliable memory, what would you go out and achieve? Seriously, what doors would that open up for you?